Hey guys, welcome back to Film Truth. Today we'll talk about why this patient says she regretted being on My Feet Are Killing Me. Let's head into it. The Appearance. My Feet Are Killing Me returns for a second season, and not even a pandemic can stop these doctors. Dr. Ebony Vincent met Courtney Cox, who had been suffering from excruciating pain in her feet, on the most recent episode, September 10.
My name is Courtney Cox. I'm 33 years old. I was born with one side of my body bigger than the other and longer than the other.
Courtney revealed that her issue was discovered when she was born, with one side of her body being larger than the other. Her right leg grew in size as a result of this, and she had difficulty walking. Courtney used her daily life as an example, revealing that she could barely walk to the grocery store or take her dogs for a walk. Since the pain had grown terrible, it had begun to impact and take over her life. It had gotten to the point that Courtney believed she would be in a wheelchair in the next 5 years if she didn't get it fixed. She also believed that her illness had harmed her relationship. Courtney's partner wants to start a family, but she fears that her leg will prevent her from being a present mother for their child. With all of this in mind, Courtney decided it was prudent to have it tested. Courtney met Dr. Ebony in the hopes of finding a solution. Courtney reported that her ankle hurt the worst and that her third toe was nearly numb. Her classmates used to poke her thumb to test whether she felt anything when she was in school. When Dr. Ebony inspected Courtney's foot, she discovered another bump on the bottom of her leg. It was fatty tissue that had gathered at the bottom, she recognized. Dr. Ebony confirmed that it was the source of her discomfort as well. Courtney's x-ray, on the other hand, revealed that she had an additional bone growth. Courtney has a disorder called hemihypertrophy, which is a genetic disorder according to Dr. Ebony. She went on to say that there was no proof as to why it occurred. Dr. Ebony informed that Courtney would have to have her 2 malformed toes amputated since they were interfering with her ability to walk. At the same time, the surgery would focus on eliminating superfluous tissue in the hopes of improving Courtney's walking ability. Courtney stated that she would do everything for a better quality of life. Dr. Ebony informed her that she would investigate what might be done and that she would be scheduled for an appointment once the COVID-19 situation improved. Also, make sure you're writing your thoughts down in the comment section. Being bullied after the show. People found out that now that she's disabled, she's also being bullied as a result. Speaking on the problem of bullying of disabled people, Penny Pepper wrote in The Guardian the following article. She stated that disabled persons are frequently bullied in subtle ways. I've gotten both immune and cynical over time. To carry on with your life, you filter out a lot of the abuse. But last week, I was crossing a pedestrian crossing in North London, and I wondered if I was being overly sensitive when I reacted to a biker speeding towards me shouting profanity. He didn't stop, and I didn't either, so the poor guy in his black stormtrooper helmet had to swerve to miss me because I dared to cross the street. He did yell, "effing spastic," which I assume indicates he fine-tuned his insult to add a repulsive reference to disability. I didn't say anything. What's the point of that? Something similar tends to happen to me on a weekly basis these days, and I can't help but think it has something to do with the way disabled people have come to feel like second-class citizens during the coalition/Tory government's 7 years in power. We're all fakes, aren't we? Apart from the occasional heroic Paralympian or the tragic brave subject of yet another prurient Channel 5 documentary, we're just scroungers who are too lazy to work. According to a recent study by the Equality and Human Rights Commission, the situation for disabled people has deteriorated in a number of areas, 9 of which are highlighted in the report. According to the report, 18.4% of disabled 16 to 64-year-olds in the UK are considered to be in food poverty, compared to 7.5% of non-disabled people. At least 47% of housing benefit claimants affected by the so-called bedroom tax have a disability, and material deprivation rates for families with a disabled person are 59%, compared to 36% of the general population. According to the research, the number of disability hate crimes reported to the police in England and Wales climbed by 44% in 2015 and 2016. The paper emphasises the importance of continued poor access to transportation and other services, which creates a barrier to independence and enjoyment of day-to-day activities, according to the survey. The percentage of disabled adults who reported having difficulty accessing services in areas of health benefits, tax, culture, sport, and leisure has increased overall. In 2012 to 2014, 45.3% of impaired persons, compared to 31% of non-disabled people, face these challenges. When you become disabled, and 83% of impairments and health issues occur in adulthood, you immediately fall into this low, generally ignored social position, putting you at danger of social marginalization. If your social care package is reduced, for example, and you no longer receive direct assistance in getting out of bed or arranging appropriate transportation, your chances of leaving the house instantly decrease. If you can't get to a pub or your favorite business or keep in touch with pals, your presence, input, and visibility in your community suffers dramatically. To be honest, non-disabled society has forgotten about you. And when you try to break free from this exclusion and take your proper position in society, you become an easy target. In the public imagination, exclusion has portrayed disabled persons as powerless and lacking fundamental rights. And in my experience, this stigmatization and alienation leads to an increase in bullying and violence. Of course, name-calling has always been around, and it's always intended against people who are thought to be different and the other. It's something I've known my whole life, but it's altered dramatically in recent years since it appears to be sanctioned by the government. All of this has a horrible, sinister economic rationale. You guys are expensive, so you don't belong, and you're wasting space and resources. Jess Tom, co-founder of the Tourette's Hero Project, spoke of a shocking encounter she had on public transportation, where she was treated to a storm of insults, including "the bus reeks of since you came in." "My car was keyed the day I presented my blue badge 3 months ago." A friend claims that she was escorted out of a restaurant because she required assistance to eat. Another was informed he couldn't come in obnoxiously because that thing, his wheelchair, wouldn't fit in there. Disabled persons may feel as if they don't want to face the world as a result of their experiences. Getting on the bus might feel like going into battle because there's always the threat of bullying if there's a problem with the ramp or if there's enough space to allow a wheelchair, now purportedly a legal privilege for us. Passengers bullied me off a bus, and the situation escalated when the bus driver joined in. Bullying included comments about my wheelchair and its location on the bus, as well as references to me and my physical disabilities. As an older campaigner, I'm not sure what fresh initiatives will change these deeply ingrained prejudices. All we can do is keep speaking our stories and working to destroy the societal construct that divides disabled and non-disabled people. Remove the stumbling block by enforcing the Equalities Act. This entails addressing concerns of access at all levels, from workplace access to the availability of accessible formats such as large print, audio description, British Sign Language, and subtitling. After all this bullying, it's understandable that the patients regret having been on the show. What do you think about Courtney? Are you sad about the fact that she got bullied? Let us know in the comments section. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.